Right, used to be that. Yeah, because that's the thing. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, Carlette Goodwin. Hey, y'all. This is LMSYT transcript. Your very favorite history teacher on her way to work. How y'all doing? Apologies for being a little late. I did the wrong thing and but anyway, okay, why is everybody at the gate? Okay. All right. With you, keep on loving you. I wanna do, baby. Why am I what's my keep doing that? All right. Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here and just give my commentary about the second presidential debate of this presidential election season. But also, is actually the because the first debate was between Trump and Biden, and this is actually the first debate between Trump and Harris, or Harris and Trump. So I watched the whole thing. I was hoping I wasn't gonna go to sleep, but I watched it. I even took some notes. So I was like, I teach U.S. government, U.S. history, so I'm gonna use this some way in my lesson because I like to use real world applicable things that are going on at the time. And all I'm gonna say is Kamala Harris didn't lie when she said tonight. Excuse me. Let me just say this because this was getting on my nerves. Because people kept calling him, former President Trump or President Trump, and then they were like Miss Kamala Harris, or they're calling her Kamala Harris. She has a title right now. She is Vice President Kamala Harris. Okay, is it Kamala Harris? The soft A, soft A. Okay, I had a lot of problems with that. He was the former president. He still gets keep that title when he referred to as the president. She is currently in her role as the vice president. So why are you not calling her? Okay, Vice President Harris, can you ask this question? Or even like the commentators before they came on, because I was watching via ABC News, who was hosting it, but other news outlets was like, simulcasting it too. And I'm just like, and then I was like the ABC News. There are people that had comment, people I guess on both sides commenting. Everyone kept doing that. And I'm thinking like y'all did the same thing with former President Barack Obama. Y'all always call him Mr. Obama or Barack Obama, but then everybody else was senator or president. I was like, wait a minute, what's with the microaggressions, racial microaggression? I mean, you can just say I don't like somebody because of issues. When you start doing those type of things, make you think like, oh, it is about race. But Vice President Kamala Harris did say that he said tonight, when she first started, you're gonna hear him speak a whole bunch of lies to divide and distract from the issues. And she said it a second time towards the end of the debate, and he did. And then on the audacity, he actually called her. Well, he said that she was lying several times when he was in his rebuttals. And this is the thing. He kept, I don't know if y'all noticed this, he kept saying things like, I did this. I guess his administration, we did this. They didn't do it. They hurt the economy. They don't know what they're doing. She was a border czar. She's letting the criminals in. She's letting the immigrants in. They're taking the Black and Hispanic jobs. They're eating. Then he had a nerve to say the immigrants were eating the dogs and the cats. And I said, Lord, is this y'all king? What did Killmonger say in Black Panther? Is this your king? Is this your king? I don't want to say to the Republicans, this is your candidate? This your president? And like the Vice President Harris, some of her facial expressions, she was keeping it together very, and what she was trying to put forward, like, hey, Kyle Kelly's mom, Kyle Goodwin, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is my plan. I really liked her idea of the business plan that she put forward, even though I kind of didn't feel like she answered the question, but she was like, hey, this is what I'm going to do to help basically the middle class. So the middle class really feels like they're being pushed, they're not really middle class anymore. So I think she was really talking to them. And then it was like his rebuttal was always like, that's a lie. And then he was like, look at the camera. Like for a while there, it was like, and then when they said Chris Christie was the one that helped to prep him for the debate, I said, damn, it's that hard out here. They here to get Chris Christie. You know what he used to say about Chris Christie? In 2016, when he was running against Chris Christie in the Republican National, in the Republican primary, oh my goodness. And he was kind of going by, I guess, what Chris Christie told me, like, hey, keep the issues, don't be making slight digs. But then after a while, he was just starting to say stuff that made no sense. When he said that stuff about, okay, one, he kept calling every time, and this is the thing, I want y'all to notice this, and this is how I feel like sometimes us as Black women, or just women in general, why are you mansplaining to somebody who got more qualifications than you? She had to remind him, I'm the only one up here who's prosecuted international drug traffickers. And that was a good question that the person said, well, you the borders are, y'all been getting complaints, the Biden administration getting complaints about immigration in like 6 months before the election. Now it's down like 90%. Well, why y'all wait so long? And so, she started talking about she's going to a little store, and I was like, okay, Vice President, come on now. And then she finally, she made it to a point. She was like, we're trying to help people who want to be here and law-abiding citizens to be here. But they're maligning immigrants and saying that they're, I think, eating dogs and doing all these things that is not right. And what was the other thing she said? I forgot. I lost my thought, y'all. But then I was just like, but then sometimes I kind of felt like she said some things to really set him off, and I was like, damn, he walked right into that. And some of her facial expression, she just kind of like squinted at him a few times, was like, did you really just say that out your mouth? And telling, oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. Their administration, they're the work. Then he kept like, after a while, when his points, I guess, wasn't being made, or she actually made a point about telling the truth about what he did in his past experience. And her readers was like, hey, I'm the kind of president you want. You saw what y'all had. You see what he says. You see what he does. You see how I got 200 Republicans winning a vote for me. I'm talking to other leaders in NATO, and they happen his ass is not president right now, dealing with Israel, Hamas, and Russia, Ukraine. I'm actually listening to folks. She's like, look, is it a man? I'm like, and then after a while, he just was like, she's lying. That's a lie. Oh my goodness. And then they asked about the central, all the stuff like, oh, I did so well for jobs. I had the best economy of any president. And I'm like, tell me what you did there. Oh no, not another rig. Okay. Detour. And dang it, I'm almost at the freeway too. Detour. Lord, I don't know what's for me a new route to work. When it was over, I started watching my African soap operas. And I wrote some things down. I'm actually going to use it for a lesson. I'm going to use it because, I go over, elections, the presidential debate. I go over stuff in history. And I'm thinking it's also a way of reviewing, because there were some things, some vocabulary words. So I think I'm going to do like I'm going to make a bingo. All I'm gonna have some, but either bonus points or some prizes or something. Cause like I was just like, listen to this, and I like, plus it helps. And I put the captions on to help readers, who students who have either problems hearing or um, problems, either special ed or dyslexic, not dyslexic, but special ed, learning disability, or if they're not, or they're not a native English speaker. Oh my goodness, when he said that, y'all. When he said, "Oh, they're just letting," he kept saying, he kept demonizing immigrants. And I'm thinking, like, I just realized this now. Her parents both were immigrants. And I just like, oh, he called her Marxist too. So, oh, she's a Marxist. Her dad was a Marxist president. No, Marxist professor. I'm like, did you just call her daddy? And she kept also talking about how her parents were hardworking. They came here, and basically, but she grew up middle class because of them, because of their hard work. Here go Trump gonna say, well, that's not true. Because he's saying that they're lying on him, saying that he inherited $400 million. He's like, I just got a tiny fraction of that, and then I used it to make investments, and then I became a billionaire. Sir, you're still telling me you are rich. You are not middle class. You're still telling you trying to appear ugly, but you're still popping your collar. He kept saying like, oh, if I was president, I would stop the Russia-Ukraine war. Oh, he said it would never happen. He said, because the Biden administration, she's over there with Biden. Somehow, you are Biden. She told him like, I am not Joe Biden, and I definitely ain't Donald Trump. I was like, she said that. I was like, she told you. If I was. She said once you go down there tomorrow, she can do better. They can do better with the border and just close the border right now. She can go down there to Washington, and she needs to tell her boss. What did he say? What did she say? She can just wake him up at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. He trying to throw slugs at Joe Biden. I wake him up at 4 p.m. in the afternoon and have him write an executive order. I'm just like, I'm thinking like. What he just said, I'm just like, sir, do you not understand that we got checks and balances? Checks and balances in place. We just can't. And she even said that herself. She said, hey, she said, oh, I think it was some bill or something they wanted to do. And I think he didn't sign he helped kill a bill. Was it, y'all remind me, was it dealing with immigration or was it dealing with fracking? Because you kept bringing up fracking. I guess Chris Christie must have kept telling him about Pete bringing it up. Oh, she's against fracking. And basically fracking is like basically allowing companies to dig for oil in places that they think oil is. Unfortunately, some of that is on native land or somehow is dealing with other public spaces or governments, and so there could be a possible environmental concern for that. So we can talk about climate change, and he kept saying, I was like, I just want to make. He brought it up again at the second time, third time I think. She's against fracking. She's for defunding the police, and that's what she said. Well, I'm the one up here to prosecute the people. She paid for people who vandalized that police station in Minneapolis. She got them out of jail. And I'm thinking like, what? Dude. Even she started looking at him like, she basically I think she may have called him a liar or say he was lying. Well, yeah, she said, so I told y'all he was going to be lying. Yeah, so you need a president. She got him on the Charlottesville, what he said about the Central Park 5. Oh, thank you. Tribal and historical land. Thank you. And so, and it was just like, and they had really good topics. I give they kept going to the moderators. They kept trying to, make sure he was staying on topic. But I thought, some things he said, it was just like, sir, do you know the president of the United States of America? And he kept saying, like, yeah, if I was president, then this would happen. I this is what he said. Oh, I was. He said. Oh, then he tried to say it was Biden's fault about the way they withdrew from Afghanistan. I understand, the criticism for Biden, but then Kamala said, but the reason why it happened the way it happened, right, is because you you allowed the Taliban to stay in power in Afghanistan. And they're the ones who were like, had hid or supported Osama bin Laden. You said you failed at your negotiations and we basically inherited the damn problem. Oh, and then he said, then Trump tried to flip it and say, well, you're the reason why that's what Biden and you are the reason. Oh, he said, this is what he said. He said, you're the reason why Russia invaded Ukraine. He said, you met with Zelensky and you met with Putin, and then the next thing you know, after you couldn't help the negotiations. Russia invaded Ukraine. It's all your fault. And then the announcer had to say, Vice President, have you met Putin? Now, she didn't meet Zelensky before it happened. Oh, yeah. And then he tried to say, Zelensky, they just keep giving him money, $275 billion. See, if I was in charge, I'd make NATO pay more money. And I'm thinking, like, the people, and then she probably said, you know what? The people in NATO is happy that you're not president right now. Now, mind you, I do feel like we gave a lot of money to them already, but it's just like, sir, and then she had a good point. She said he likes dictators, he likes autocrats. They want him back. Kim Jong-un, Putin, and whoever else. And he said he thinks of them as Taiwan, U.S. making the chips for America. Yeah, he said, it's their fault. They're just giving it to China. They're just allowing something. I forget what it was. But then she had to correct him. She was like, Taiwan makes those microchips. Like, he's like, yeah, they're a competitor in the world, and you're over there. We just gave microchips to China, and and then she went hit him back. She said, but we're competing against them. By the way, them suits he wear, guess what they're made? China. Okay, he need to be quiet. He need to be quiet. Then he said, what else did he say? It was something else he said that she did. And it was like, I knew for a fact that she didn't do it. And it was like, I was thinking like, okay, I was going to do some fact checking on stuff that she said. Because there was a couple of things she said. But it was like everything he said that, like, this administration, there were some things that he grappled with, he kept going with, that I think was dog whistle, especially thinking about the immigrants and, Iraq, Afghanistan, but she was always able to hit him back and say, look, this is how he is treated, or what he said about military heroes. She went at him with what he said about John Cain. Republicans love some John McCain now. They do. That is why when she said I got 200 Republicans willing to support me, and then she said, one of them is Dick Cheney, who was the vice president under George W. Bush. Then he said, I'm the best president. We kept counting his college. Oh yeah, I was the best for the economy. Biden is not. They're not. They're just doing a horrible job and for president. And I'm thinking like, horrible job? And he's like, I have the best rating of any numbers for president and of I think a candidate, a Republican, and he said, yeah, and I have a best rating or probably for any sitting president. And I'm thinking like, okay, Obama. By the way, Jimmy Carter's still alive. By the way, He 99. Is he 99 or 100? 99. He said he's trying to stay in here to the election, y'all. He said he waiting to vote for. Come on. He's trying to keep it. He's trying to stay here. I think I put him on prayer. I'm like, Lord, can you please let him stay here? Can you stay here can you let him vote for more president, please? Before he leaves his earth. Okay, then he can go join his wife. Ross. Rest in peace. Oh shit, I missed it. But yeah, I'm just like, I am just like, what are you saying? What are you doing? And I mean, like Clinton, even George W. Bush. At one time, we thought he was the worst president ever. But I also teach history. There's some other presidents that come before. They probably don't get talked about. That was some horrible ass presidents. We can just put on a list. I actually do a little ranking and stuff when I talk about presidents and like their actions and stuff. And this is all the things that. Oh yeah, I did really good with COVID, handling COVID. You caught COVID. You wasn't even abiding by the COVID protocols. Everybody, a lot of people in the administration was getting COVID. Hey, Swirl Gang. Then you were like, you were saying stuff that was incorrect, and people were taking Clorox, and they were getting poisoned themselves because they thought it was going to get rid of COVID. And Dr. Fauci and the other lady, was it Dr. Ben? There was a whole COVID task force. These are professionals. And then what really got me is that people were always talking about how Dr. Fauci was lying, blaming him, but then you weren't blaming the man who was the president saying the opposite stuff. And then he said, what did he say? And then she hit him back. She said, okay, but you said you handled COVID, right? But how come you were over there talking real good to I guess it's the premier of China, when he was the one that was not being honest with the United States about how COVID even started over there? He said, you were over there touting him, saying nice things about him. Like, how did you handle COVID so well if you over there talking to him like that, like you're his friend? That's why he kept saying, like, you keep with these use the word really good, autocrats. I think I used that word this year. She's a dictator too. She's like, he just likes to smooch dictators. He's gonna be getting in power, and he's just gonna be flattered by them. That's all he wants to care about. Basically, she called him a narcissist. And to be honest, every time he talked, when he kept doing them I statements and said, I did this, I have better numbers, I'm responsible for like good things, or he said we did this, but the Biden they are horrible, or they are the worst. He actually said, he said if she becomes president, the very next day World War III is gonna happen. I said, excuse me? I was like, what? The next day, sir? Oh, but this is the one that got me, y'all. This is the one that got me. Because they were talking about the economic numbers, right? And so she was talking about, the economy and everything like that. How about this man is trying to criticize, I think the jobs numbers came out for what's that man? For the Biden administration. Okay. So look, they're bad for the economy. They got high inflation, because that's a real thing. It's high inflation, shrinkflation, and stuff like that. Shrinkflation is like when the amount of the things that you're buying, the size of it is shrinking. It's called shrinkflation. And so with the high inflation, prices are going up. How about this man said, yeah, they got high inflation. They caused it. Da, da, da. When I was president, there was no inflation. I said, did he say no inflation? And I'm trying to say, during COVID, 26, when did his term start? 2017 to 2021, January. There was no inflation? Okay. Speak some other stuff, y'all. Okay, hey. I'm just like, sir, did you say no inflation? We've had 46 presidents. Before you, we had 44. You trying to tell me you are the only president that had no inflation? It's gonna be 14 even. Okay. All right, thank you. None. Next window. Okay. I appreciated the oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. I appreciated the COVID checks. I did. But you and the Republicans, y'all were acting like COVID wasn't as serious as it was until other people was putting so Democratic cities and counties like mine were taking precautions. Good morning. Hello. 1 second. Okay. And then someone like mine, unfortunately, Republican. Okay, I need. Why should give me jelly? I don't really want jelly. What's the ketchup at? Like, they were fighting, these orders for people to stay at home. So I only need to get jobs. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I didn't get my pie. Pie? Yeah. I need to get some ketchup too. Okay. Okay. Can I get some ketchup? Ketchup? Pie? No. No, I have a pie. Oh. No pie. I need two ketchup. You need pie? Yeah, pie. My pie is not in my bag. No. Pumpkin and cream. I'm supposed to have 2 pumpkin and cream. Yeah. Yeah, the pumpkin and cream pies at McDonald's taste like sweet potato. I'm just letting you know we do. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. I got a meeting this morning, so with the team. Yes, girl. That's why I was like, I love these moderators. I said these moderators was on it. They were like, when he started talking about the immigrants was eating the dogs, I said, I kept thinking to myself, I was thinking maybe of him too highly. I was thinking like, I shouldn't be surprised that he said what he said. But after a while, her face was like, did he just want to say that? And he admitted it. Oh, this is what you need to do though, because they're so good. Go and get the 2 for $3.78 or $3.59. Because if you get the 1 for $1.99, as soon as you eat it over with, you're gonna be feeling regret. You're like, damn, I should have got 2 of them. Tell me. Trust me. And for some of y'all, like, I don't like pumpkin pie. I'm telling you right now, the pumpkin and cream, I don't know if they put it together. It tastes like a sweet potato pie. All I got to say is somebody black is in that kitchen that made that recipe. That's what I feel like. Or somebody from the South, regardless of race, that know how to cook must be in a McDonald's kitchen. That's all I gotta say. Or somebody who used to work on the patty pie, they work at McDonald's over there in their bakery. That's all I gotta say. They working over there. Okay. All right. Love without a limit. All I wanna do is keep on loving you. All I wanna do. But yeah, I was just like, did he really say? And then he said, yeah, my people told me that they're over there, they're eating the dogs, they're causing the crime. I'm just like, she's just letting them in, and I'm just thinking like, dude, excuse me, like I got. And then then the man corrected him, like, right. He corrected him 2 or 3. No, I think like three or 4 times. He's like, I got something from the I think he said the city manager. Because some cities have city managers who run their government, not whatchamacallit. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, I don't like being next to that car. The truck. It's not giving me good vibes. It's not giving me good vibes at all. No, let me go right here. Okay. All right. So, okay. Right. So I'm just like, when he said that, I said, no, he just and then, and I asked my friend, they've been posting on Facebook these templates about Mark safe from dogs and cats. Because he said that. Oh, and then he said, they asked him about, what are you going to do about, he said, Obamacare. He said, yeah, Obamacare is not good. And I'm thinking like, and I said, we're either going to improve it, or we're going to come up with a different plan. And he said, well, do you have a plan? He said, well, we got a concept of a plan. Y'all, what is the concept of a plan? You know they had someone in their ear, but that man had a paper. He said, I contacted the city manager from Ohio today. He said, that's not true. He said, well, I don't know what your source is at. I'm going to double check that, but the people, they call me. Is that y'all president? Is that y'all king? That's who you want to be. No. So, in the description, I have my commentary to the first presidential debate. I also have a link in the chat to the actual debate if you want to watch it for yourself. You got to start at the 1 hour and 1 minute mark. When hopefully my meeting won't go long so I can make this bingo. And would y'all want to do an online bingo of the presidential campaign? I just need, I don't know if I got to look at my funds. Maybe we can do like a $5, $10, $15 bingo round over the debate. I'm waiting for the next one. And I really like the fact that Kamala, she answered. To me, I think she basically said, look, I got a plan, y'all, and I could be a better president than what you got over there. Because the world don't want them, and we don't want them either. Did you say 81 million? Because he kept saying, oh, because people, he said, when they asked him about, oh, the people that, used to be in administration, they're supporting me now. He's going to come back to those are just people that I fired. Like, if we go through his administration, a lot of those people resigned. And a lot of them resigned because of January 6th. How about he said January 6th? He said, y'all forgot 2 words that I said. I forgot what the second word was. I told them to peacefully march to the Capitol. I said, Oh, he still say, what we need is secure borders and honest election. I'm like, you still trying to say that you stole the election? And he mentioned the 4 states that he is still upset about. He mentioned Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona. And then she said, what she said, this is like the check. She said, look, he's talking about immigrants and criminals, but he's over there the one with criminal convictions, criminal courtroom with crimes for, I think he said, political, national security, economic, national interference with the election, and economic. And I said, damn, sis, I don't understand it. After the debate, how are some of y'all still understand it? Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.